China has been trying to copy SpaceX's rockets for years, from the iconic Starship to the Falcon 9. But it isn't just about rockets anymore. They're even replicating SpaceX's Starlink satellites, and now, unexpectedly, they've turned to copying SpaceX's launch tower. This might sound surprising, but that's exactly what China's private company is doing, building a tower that resembles SpaceX's own launch infrastructure. Today, we're diving into what's happening and why it matters. Can China achieve what SpaceX has by replicating their technology, or are there hidden risks? But before, please make sure to subscribe to our channel for future updates on Starship, SpaceX's groundbreaking achievements, and the latest developments in space exploration. The largest achievement SpaceX has made to date is the development of Starship, the biggest rocket ever built. With no prior example of a rocket this size, SpaceX has had to innovate entirely from scratch, relying on iterative testing and repeated attempts to refine their designs. Now, they've not only succeeded in launching this massive rocket, but have also developed a method to catch its booster midair, a concept that has never been attempted before. To achieve this, SpaceX built a specialized launch tower, known as Mechazilla, designed specifically to catch and stabilize the returning booster after a mission. This tower acts as both a launch and recovery structure, supporting the booster before takeoff and then catching it upon return. The tower is over 400 feet tall and includes two large mechanical arms, often called chopsticks, that extend from its sides. These arms are designed to catch and hold the descending booster, allowing it to be immediately repositioned for another launch without needing a separate landing and reattachment process. The design of the catch tower required years of development and testing. One of the primary obstacles was designing a structure robust enough to withstand the impact of the booster while maintaining precision and stability. The chopstick arms had to be carefully engineered to support the super-heavy booster, which, when fully fueled, weighs thousands of tons. The arms themselves are equipped with hydraulics and sensors that enable them to catch and stabilize the booster at just the right moment. When a Starship mission is set to launch, the Mechazilla tower functions as a traditional launch platform, with the chopstick arms securing the booster on the pad. Once the booster launches and separates from Starship, it enters a return trajectory aimed at the launch tower. As the booster descends, it activates its central engines in a controlled burn to slow down, aided by grid fins that stabilize and steer it toward the tower. As the booster nears the tower, the chopstick arms begin moving into position, adjusting their alignment with real-time data from the booster. The tower's control system makes rapid adjustments to the arm's height and angle, ensuring they match the speed and trajectory of the booster as it comes in for the catch. The chopstick arms then close around the booster, gripping it securely and stabilizing it until it can be reattached to the launch platform. Now that SpaceX has developed and deployed its innovative rocket-catching tower, competitors are already moving to replicate this technology. Among these competitors is Cosmoleap, a relatively new aerospace company in China. Officially launched in March of this year, Cosmoleap has moved with remarkable speed. In less than a year, they've secured funding and resources to go from concept to nearly completing a launch tower that looks strikingly similar to SpaceX's Mechazilla. This structure includes chopstick arms, resembling those used by SpaceX to catch the massive super-heavy booster after launch. The rapid development pace of Cosmoleap's tower suggests that the company is not only replicating SpaceX's structural design, but also attempting to achieve similar functionality. Recent videos shared on Chinese social media platforms showcase Cosmoleap's tower, and it's immediately clear that their setup has a strong resemblance to SpaceX's. The steel frame structure, modular components, and long chopstick-style arms are all present, indicating that Cosmoleap's engineers have likely studied SpaceX's system closely. However, building a tower that looks similar is only part of the challenge. SpaceX spent years refining its tower design, making it capable of handling the extreme demands of rapid rocket reusability. The Mechazilla tower is equipped with advanced control systems, high-torque hydraulics, and precision sensors to catch the booster with the exact timing needed. It's uncertain whether Cosmo Leap's version has achieved the same level of sophistication in these areas, and without them, the tower might not be able to handle the repeated stresses of catching and repositioning boosters for multiple launches. You might be wondering, why would they build a massive rocket-catching tower before even developing a reusable rocket? But that's actually not the case at all. Several Chinese companies and government-backed organizations are already actively developing large rockets designed to be reusable, much like SpaceX's Starship. A prime example is China's Long March rocket series, a long-standing cornerstone of China's space program. While initially designed for expendable missions, the newer versions of the Long March rockets are beginning to show clear similarities to SpaceX's Starship and Falcon rockets, especially in the push toward reusability and cost efficiency. China's Long March 9, in particular, is one of the country's upcoming heavy-lift launch vehicles that will play a crucial role in China's deep space exploration missions, including lunar and Mars missions. Though the Long March 9 is not yet fully reusable, Chinese engineers are already exploring options for future modifications that would enable booster recovery and reuse, bringing it closer to SpaceX's Starship model. The Long March 9 is currently projected to have a payload capacity comparable to Starship, with the ability to lift more than 140 metric tons to low Earth orbit and around 50 tons to geostationary transfer orbit. These payload capacities align with the specifications of SpaceX's Starship, which is also designed to carry large cargo loads and potentially crewed missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. The heavy payload capacity of both Long March 9 and Starship indicates that they are being developed with similar mission goals in mind. The Long March series is also undergoing design changes to support multiple engine restarts. SpaceX's Raptor engines on Starship, for example, are capable of multiple ignitions, which allows the booster to adjust its descent path and precisely land back on the ground. Chinese engineers are reportedly working on engines for future Long March rockets that will enable similar reignition capabilities, allowing for finer control during descent and landing. 2 decades ago, China's aerospace technology lagged far behind the U.S., but today, they are one of America's strongest competitors in space. This shift is largely because of strong government support and fewer regulatory delays in China. Aerospace companies there benefit from streamlined approval processes, which allow them to move quickly from development to launch without extensive paperwork or lengthy reviews. In the U.S., however, companies like SpaceX often face long delays due to regulatory requirements, especially for launch licenses and environmental approvals. For SpaceX, securing the necessary licenses can sometimes take longer than building the rocket itself. This bureaucratic process can slow down their progress and put the U.S. at a disadvantage in the global space race. For instance, during multiple Starship test launches, SpaceX had to wait several months to receive FAA approval. Both the second and fifth Starship test flights were delayed by these regulatory requirements, pushing back important testing milestones for the Starship program. Some believe that these regulatory obstacles might improve under the incoming administration. With Donald Trump winning the 2024 election and set to take office again in 2025, there is speculation that the U.S. regulatory environment could become more supportive of rapid innovation. Musk has publicly supported Trump's campaign, actively engaging with Trump and even donating to his campaign efforts. That's all for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for future updates. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.